Hello, Dave. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's great to see you here.
Nice to be here.
You're looking absolutely fantastic.
You're very kind.
If we get straight into it,
Yes.
when I think Beverley Craven, the first thing that pops into my mind, the opening notes, of course, of Promise Me.
Yeah, do you know that's actually in one of those games, guess the intro games?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Promise Me. So I've made a game.
Did you play that piano yourself on the recording?
Of course, yeah.
Where did you learn to play like that?
Well, I started playing the piano when I was 7. My mum didn't teach me, although she is a piano teacher. Sort of went through the grades, like kids do, doing piano exams and stuff, and then got to about 14 and thought, well, when I took the music away, I couldn't actually play anything without the instructions, So I thought, well, this is ridiculous. How can I have been playing the piano for all these years and actually not be able to play the piano? So then that's when I started sort of fiddling around with my own, well, not my own chords, but chords, and starting to write songs, really, encouraged by people like Kate Bush, because I thought she was amazing.
When did you start writing Promise Me?
I was in a little bedsit in Tulse Hill, which is in southwest London. And I can remember when I wrote it, actually, I used to get up in the morning about sort of 11 o'clock, because I'd be up very late the night before, and take my dog for a walk and then get back, and that's what my day was, really, sort of walking the dog and writing my songs. And I can remember sitting at the keyboard and just writing it from top to bottom. Because sometimes you start with the chorus and then work out what the verse is going to do, and maybe a middle eight or a solo section or something. But this song started at the beginning and I just kind of worked through it.
Most songwriters spend their whole lives trying to come up with something, which you managed to achieve. While it was happening, did you know that was going to be your song? That was going to be the record?
Absolutely not. When I recorded the first album, that particular studio experience wasn't great. I was very stressed out. It was my third attempt at making the album, because I'd worked with a couple of producers before. And I kind of knew this was my last shot. And when we delivered the finished record to the record company, they said, OK, so what songs do you think should be the first single? And I said, I haven't got a clue. I don't think any of them sound like singles. And then my A&R man, artist and repertoire, he said, well, I think we should release Promise Me. And I thought he was mad. I thought, that's it, my career's over, So I've never chosen what single gets released since then, because obviously I don't have a clue.
What is it about Promise Me? Is there a formula? Do you know what it is that makes that song work for so many people?
I really don't know. I ask people, why do you like that song? Tell me, please, so I can write another one. But, it's not even kind of verse, chorus, it doesn't sort of fit any structure at all. It's quite a weird layout. I really don't know what it is.
We're going to hear it in a few moments' time, but you performed that song at the Brit Awards, didn't you?
I did, when I was like 8.5 months pregnant.
That must have been phenomenal.
It was awful, because I was so full of pregnancy hormone. I was backstage fighting the tears, just before I went on. And I was so full of water retention, from the eyebrows down. I was just so. In fact, my feet were so big and swollen. I had to wear my husband's size 9 slippers on stage. And I said, "Can I just be sat behind the piano when the curtains are raised, because I don't want to be seen waddling on in my state." Because when I agreed to sing at the Brits, I was about 6 months pregnant and still looking sort of fairly normal at that stage.
It must have been a really showbiz lifestyle for you.
I suppose looking back now, it feels like, wow, I can kind of see that it was sort of quite exciting. But at the time, I was just nose to the grindstone, and I couldn't really appreciate what I was doing or any of it, really, to be honest. I was terribly homesick out promoting in Europe, and found it really sort of soul-destroying, really, because a lot of the times I'd be doing European TV shows and playing pianos that didn't even have any strings in them, and miming to a backing track, and that a well-trained ape could have done that. It was just. It didn't give you any sense of achievement, and I was literally just sort of flogging my wares. I was a record company rep, at that point. It just felt like I was selling my soul, actually. I know that probably sounds pathetic, but it did. It kind of spoilt my enthusiasm. And because I just wanted to be at home writing songs, you know, but then you've got to go out and flog them, and it just takes the shine off big time.
Well, let's see if we can put the shine back on. It's reached that time, the song that you will never be able to get away from. Would you like us to play the single version, or would you like to perform it live?
No, I'll sing it live for you. May as well, I'm here. You light up another cigarette and I pour the wine. It's 4 o'clock in the morning and it's starting to get light. Now I'm right where I wanna be, losing track of time. But I wish that it was still last night. Like you're in another world, but I can read your mind. How can you be so far away, lying by my side? When I go away, I'll miss you, and I will be thinking of you every night and day. Just promise me you'll wait for me, 'cause I'll be safe